This is Shaw here. I'm going to talk to you about how to access your assignments from Blackboard and get into SAM. So again, you always want to go through the online classroom as you're accessing your assignments. So I went to the online classroom link and I'll show you in your course. So we're in online classroom. The example I'm going to use is in Access. So it's the same thing in Excel, but you go down to Access or Excel or wherever, and you're going to click the link to get to the end chapter. Again, I don't have all of those set up yet for our spring course, so I'm going to use an example from my fall course. So I'm clicking the link there, and it's going to take me out of Blackboard and directly into SAM. Okay. So, and it always tells you must use the SAM start file in order to receive credit for the assignment. Okay. So we're going to click start. Now it gives you the download links. In this case, there are two. Sometimes there's just one link, sometimes there's two. Okay. So if it gives you two, go ahead and download both of them. You see that they turn a light blue color and it won't let you access it until they've downloaded. Okay, once you can click on them again, don't, but you know that they're finished downloading. So now we have to go find them. Okay, so once they've done that, we've got to go find them, okay, on our screen. So what I'm doing is I'm pulling up my file folders and I'm going to find the download folder. So let me share my screen again. I'm just making sure that you can see everything is why I'm switching back and forth. Okay, so hopefully you can see this. I'm in my download folder, so I went and searched for downloads, and now I have both of those files that we just downloaded. So you're going to your downloads folder, and now those two files are there, the Kimberly, the Access database, and then the new Microsoft Access database. It should have your name in it, and then Access database, okay? So these are the two files that we just downloaded. Now, these are in your downloads folder. You don't want to leave them there. So one thing that is in your syllabus and that we've talked about before is it's a great idea to have a flash drive handy. If you are using your own device for this class, then you can move it. It's a good idea to have a separate file just for this class. So if you're using your own device, let's go ahead and create a folder for that. If you're using a computer at UCA, you can use your O drive at UCA. To find your O drive, you can go down here under the C drive and it'll come up your O drive, okay? And it'll have your name. You can drag these files down to your O drive, okay? So what I'm gonna do now is create a folder just for this class. So I'm going into Documents and I'm going to Home, and this is gonna allow me to find a new folder. So when I do that, new folder comes up. I'm going to right click that. You can either, I can right click this and it'll allow me to rename it, or you can just double click on it and it gives you that option. So I'm just going to call this Shaw class 2343. You can name it whatever you want to. I don't care. I'm just trying to give you something, an easy option to name that. Okay, so now that is right under my document tab. Now you can move this folder wherever you want to, but I need to get these two files from here to there, okay? So one easy way I can do this is I can click the Shift key and it's gonna select both of them at the same time. So I did Shift and my arrow key to highlight both of them. I'm gonna copy, I'm going back into Documents. I'm gonna select that folder. So now you see that it's in Documents, SysPC, Documents, and Shaw Class 2343. I'm gonna right click my mouse and I'm gonna paste. And so both of these folders are in there now. So now I have access to work on both of these folders. Okay. So now you know how to access those, and you're going to be working off of them on your device and using your ebook to go through and do this in chapter assignment. It's going to walk you through step by step on what you're supposed to be doing. When you get to the project's done, you download that the same way, but hopefully you'll understand how to do it. You may have to go back and reference the book a couple of times, but you should know what you're supposed to be doing in the project once you've done the in-chapter assignment. So now you're like, well, I've done that. Now how do I submit it? So let's go back in and look. You're going to go back to that assignment the same way. So let's close this out and go back into it. So we're in our Access in chapter module 1. And I'm ready to submit. Okay. So to submit this, you go down to the very bottom where it says assignment submission. Okay. You're ready to upload your file. So you're going to choose the file. So I'm going over to my documents, going into Shaw class. I've already completed it. And I'm going to select this file. And it says, oops, it was expecting a different file name. So this is the file name that it's wanting. Okay. So at some point during your assignment, it told you to save that file as a different name. So let me go back over there. Since this is just an example, we didn't actually walk through it, but let me rename this. And it was called, oops, sorry. 1 second, let me get to that. Found out for sure what I was supposed to name it. Anyway, that is where you're going to upload it at. Okay. I guess it's not important to walk through that particular step, but make sure you have your file named exactly what it's supposed to be named. In this particular instance, it's called Riverview _yourname.accdb, Access Database. Okay, and it's always going to show you what your file name is supposed to be, and then you get that option to upload your file. So you'll choose your file, you'll go find where you have it saved at, and then you'll upload the file. Okay, so that's how you do it, and you'll click submit. Once you have your file chosen, you'll just click submit. So that's how you upload your file. Anyway, there you go. That's getting to your assignments and then uploading your assignments.